Have you ever had to call the cops on a family member? I was 14 when I had to call 911 on my Uncle Wesley. He wasn't even supposed to be living with us, but my mom let him crash in our basement after his third DUI. He'd been sober for almost 4 months, which was some kind of record for him, I guess. That night started normal. Mom was working late at her second job. Me and my sister Ariana, 16, were just doing homework in the kitchen. Wesley came upstairs around 8 p.m. smelling like a liquor store. His eyes were all bloodshot and he could barely stand up. I knew right away he'd fallen off the wagon hard. He started going through the fridge, knocking stuff over and mumbling about how there was never any food in this house. Ariana told him to keep it down because she was trying to study for her chem test. That's when he just snapped. He turned around and started screaming at her about how ungrateful we both were, how we had no idea what real problems were, how our mom was killing herself to take care of us and all we did was complain. Ariana just stared at him like she couldn't believe what was happening. I remember she said something like, "We didn't ask him to come live with us." That's when he grabbed her textbook and threw it across the room. Then he got in her face and was like, "You think you're so much better than everyone else, don't you?" Ariana tried to walk away, but he grabbed her arm. I saw his fingers digging into her skin. She tried to pull away and he hit her, right across the face. So hard her head snapped back and she fell against the counter. When I saw the blood coming from her lips, something in me just broke. I ran to my room and locked the door and called 911. I was whispering to the dispatcher what happened when my mom came home. She must have heard me because next thing I know, she's pounding on my door telling me to open up right now. I didn't want to, but she was threatening to take the door off the hinges. When I opened it, she grabbed the phone out of my hand. I'll never forget what she said to the 911 operator. She was like, "Oh, I'm so sorry about this. My daughter is just being dramatic. She's upset because we took her makeup away for failing math. Everything's fine here. Just a teenager throwing a tantrum." The dispatcher must have asked something because then mom said, No, there's no emergency. My brother is visiting and they got into an argument about the TV remote, but everyone's calmed down now. Thank you for your concern though." She hung up and said if I ever tried to bring cops to our house again, I'd regret it. That family problems stay in the family, that I had no idea what would happen if CPS got involved, and did I want to end up in foster care where terrible things happen to girls like me? When she left my room, I snuck out to find Ariana. Her lip was swollen and there was this huge red mark on her cheek. She was in the bathroom putting ice on it. She wouldn't even look at me. I tried to apologize for not doing more, but she just shook her head. That night, I heard her and mom fighting. Mom kept saying it wasn't that bad and Wesley was sorry and he was family, and where was her compassion? Ariana was screaming back that this was the third time he'd gotten violent, and mom always made excuses and she was done. I fell asleep sometime during their fight. When I woke up the next morning, Ariana was gone. Her backpack was missing and so was her favorite hoodie. Mom acted like nothing happened. She made pancakes and said Ariana went to stay with a friend to study for finals. But days passed, then weeks. No one talked about Ariana. It was like she never existed. I tried texting Ariana, but she'd blocked my number. A month later, the police actually did show up. 2 officers asking questions about Ariana. Mom told them she was 18 now and had decided to move out on her own. Technically not a runaway anymore. That night, I overheard mom on the phone with someone. She was crying, saying she didn't know what to do. That Ariana was threatening to press charges against Wesley for assault if mom didn't sign some paperwork. I couldn't hear what the paperwork was for. 3 years passed. I was getting ready to graduate high school when I got a letter in the mail. No return address. Inside was a graduation card with $200 cash and a note. "I'm sorry I left you there. I couldn't take you with me." I was 16 with nowhere to go. Mom signed over guardianship to Aunt Sage, who you've never met. She lives in another state. Mom did it to keep me quiet about Wesley. I've been living with Sage since then. She's actually decent. I start college in the fall. When you turn 18, call this number. I'll help you get out too. I broke down sobbing in the mailroom. All this time, I thought Ariana abandoned me, blamed me for calling the cops, hated me for not protecting her better. I never told mom about the letter. I hid the money in my sock drawer. The night I turned 18, I waited until mom fell asleep. I packed one bag with only essentials. I called the number from Ariana's letter. All she said was, "Are you ready?" And I whispered, "Yes." I left a note on my bed that just said, "Gone to find Ariana. Don't look for me." I walked 6 blocks to where Ariana was waiting in her car. When I got in, I saw the scar on her lip from that night. She hugged me so tight I couldn't breathe. Then she started the car and we drove away from that house forever.